I found you, faker.
It's that time again, gang. Time for me, Owen Comedy, to be completely right about everything ever. Last time when I made my predictions on who the player was in Banban 0, not only was I right, I guessed how the game would end. So I'm gonna try and catch lightning in a bottle twice, and I think we play as the player from Banban 1 to 7 and 8. Boom, case closed. Epic win. I'm kidding. I'm gonna make like actual predictions about like what the story will be like and who I think is gonna die and such. I have a lot more thoughts and conflicting views in mind about what will happen in this game compared to Banban 0. I feel like there's a lot of ways they could take this, especially with these two, but we'll get into that in a second. I'm also going to be talking about the characters that got leaked by the copyright things, so if you don't want to hear about those, I'll put like a spoiler warning and timestamp on that section. Anyway, without further ado, it's time for Banban 8 predictions. Call me Slow Celine, the way I'm about to see the future.
This is Flumbo.
No.
One of the biggest things that we still don't really know anything about in Banban 8 is what Flumbo is gonna be up to. We've seen like 3 clips of him moving around and that is it. No, there's 2 major ways that they could handle Flumbo. They're either going to be an ally or an antagonist. Now, me personally, I'm more inclined to believe that they will be an ally for several reasons. First of all, Slow Celine mentions that Flumbo is accompanied by a stranger in her visions, and as we all know, because we all watched the devious Slow Celine video, I think that stranger is the player from the main Banban games. Meaning that they'll probably be working together, which I think is pretty cool because like they're the 2 player characters in this series. That's pretty cool. The other major reason I think Flumbo is going to be an ally is because it seems to me like Syringin is going to be the main antagonist of this game, and like these 2 have like 0 reason to be working together. Flumbo has seen him once and he was told he was the evil fuck you monster. So yeah, I think he's going to be working against Syringin. Okay, so also I think that this remote that we have here was given to you by Flumbo or maybe Banban because it looks a lot like the one Banban used in Banban 0 and it kind of does a similar thing. So yeah, I don't really see Flumbo being an antagonist, and I really hope he doesn't die either because I like Flumbo. I think Flumbo's really cool. He better live, I swear to God. Anyway, speaking of people dying, that's the next segment. There are a good chunk of characters that I think will probably be dead by the end of this game, so let's take a look at some. First of all, the one who I think is gonna die the most is absolutely Toaster, alright? His ass is done for, I'm sorry. He's gonna be evil, he's gonna be helping fucking Syringin and his reclamation team, and we're gonna fight him or something, and he's gonna die. Even if he doesn't die, because like, when does anyone in these games ever stay dead? Don't answer that, actually. I don't think he's going to be our ally anymore. I think he's going to be helping Syringin, which, again, I think Syringin's going to be the main antagonist. Other characters who might die, Dadadu, maybe? I really thought he was going to be dead going into this game, but nope, he's fine. And now that the scepter is gone and, like, inside Jumbo Josh, I really don't know what he'll be up to. But I have one idea that I think would be pretty cool. Like, okay, so you know how the scepter lets Sir Dedede like brainwash people and control them with his mind and shit? What if now that Jumbo Josh is like purple because he ate the scepter, maybe Dedede can like control him now? I don't know, man. Maybe that would be kind of cool. Frankly, Dedede being alive really threw a wrench into all my all-powerful Jumbo Josh theories. That would be a cool boss fight though. Who else could die? Flumbo maybe? I hope not. And also I don't think he will, so forget that actually. Unless this scene is him falling to his death, but like, no, it isn't. I think Syringin is gonna get his ass beaten, but I think he'll be fine. Same with Nabnab. I think Nabnab is gonna have a little Beak-esque fight where we unhellishify him, and it's gonna be wholesome, and he's gonna have fun and jump up and down. Okay, that's all I have for deaths. On to the next part, which is, of course...
It's Eleanor! She's coming to the games, and she's very dangerous and powerful.
Gregory.
Is it Ennard?
Okay, this is where the spoiler warning is. So if you don't want to see this, look at the timestamps and skip this part. There are 5 new characters I want to talk about, not including Flumbo. We already talked about that freak. First of all is Brashista. Brashista is going to be here, right? They will probably be in the reclamation team, I think, along with some of the rest of the guys I'm going to be talking about. So yeah, I don't have a lot to say on them. They/them. The next 4 characters I'm going to talk about are all from the leaked trademark names. First up is Clarenzo, which is like obviously the big fuck off lobster. Yeah, duh. He's just going to be like a mindless syringeon lackey. I think kind of like Tamataki and Chamataki or Kittysaurus, but for syringeon. Next is the absolute goat Uni fucking Balloon. Haven't seen him yet. I already know I'm gonna love him. We all know how I feel about Balloon. Anyway, no idea what he's gonna be like. If I had to pick a character to give this name to, this Javanian Blob, I guess. But I think they will be a new character. We just haven't seen him yet. Next on the chopping block is Varza. Very cool name. Reminds me of the shit they say in Ghostbusters. It's like Gozar or something, I don't remember. I recorded my Trev Show lines a while ago. I think Varza is again a part of the Syringeon reclamation team, and I think they are the owner of this claw and maybe this tail. No reason, they just have a similar aura, I guess. Last but definitely not least is Miss Mimicker. You cannot make this shit up. Now, originally after hearing this name, I thought of a cool way they could use this character and tweeted about it. Basically, I thought it would be cool if they pretend to be Bitter Giggle, which is why we hear Ty Goker in the trailer, which could lead to some cool shit with Toadster, and also they could say the Hungry Snake line, and it would be awesome. And while I still think this could happen, it was brought to my attention by Mr. Sculptor that apparently the squirrel from Distorting Clay shifts, and that's why there's Nab Nab and Jumbo Josh gameplay in the trailer. And if that's true, Rowan, Rowan, you rascal, you knew what you were doing. So help me if this squirrel is called Miss Mimicker. Why I oughta, Rowan? Anyway, that's all of the new characters we know of, so on to the next section. On to the next section.
I am Steve. As a child, I yearned for the mines.
Mommy, you finally found us!
So, at the end of the trailer, we see Stinger Flynn, or fucking, I don't know, the Stinger lad. Stinger Flynn Jr. And then we hear a kid say,
Mommy, you finally found us!
This obviously begs the question, do we trust them? There are 2 main ways this could be handled. The first one being, no, they're not there. The voice is then explained by the lead character that we just talked about. Which, yeah, this is pretty likely, but I personally am not really convinced, especially because of the squirrel we talked about earlier. The other option is, of course, we're gonna see the Euphoric Brothers model a human. I honestly think there's a good chance we actually find them, but I don't think we will see them. I think it will be at a black screen at the very end of the game. But the reason I think we'll actually find them is because we see Stinger Flynn trying to break open a rock before we hear the voice. And as we all know, Stinger Flynn is the only person who knows where the children are hiding. And as we all also know, there was a possibility that the naughty ones could have found them during the events of Banban 7. Which means they are probably near City Engine. And I'm pretty sure Banban 8 also takes place in a section of City Engine. Also, if we find the children, you know what that means. Captain Fiddles will be there, because, you know, we've all watched the Captain Fiddles video, right? He will be there, and he will be voiced by Owen Comedy, mark my words. As for why Stinger Flynn is the youngest person ever, I do not think this is a different character like the Opila chicks. He has the same eye scar thing going on. What I think happened is that after he also saw the Flumbo mural at the end of Banban 7, Syringeon kicked his ass and drained the shit out of his Javanium. Either to make him, like, not at all a threat, or he was trying to kill him, but he escaped. I think when we wake up in Banban 8, we're going to be in one of those prisons, and so will Stinger Flynn. And it'll be like a breakout thing, which also explains why we don't have the drone anymore, as that would obviously be confiscated. Anyway, that's my 2 cents on the will we find the children situation. Speaking of situations, I'm really bad at these transition things, man. I don't know.
What you see is what you get. Just a guy that loves adventure. I'm
What's none?
Faker.
After the end of Banban 0 and the reveal of Flumbo, I've seen 2 main trains of thought as I mentioned earlier. Flumbo is our ally and Banban is an antagonist, and vice versa. And as I said earlier, I think Flumbo will be an ally. So I think Banban will be an antagonist? Well, no. Okay, hear me out in this. I've got a lot of good reasons, I swear. So in Banban Zero, after Banban finds out he's getting repurposed and that the player, Flumbo, is his replacement, he spends the rest of the game trying to open the room where Ramamba is kept, presumably to kill Flumbo. Which feels kind of evil, right? Well, I think this isn't what he was trying to do at all. Syringin was the one who knew what was behind the door, and seemingly is also the one who came up with the plan to get Flumbo killed by the big evil snake goat thing. I think Banban had no idea that Ramamba was there because he seems genuinely surprised by it. He was not expecting this to happen. I don't think he ever wanted to kill Flumbo. I think he was just trying to protect himself from getting repurposed. But after Ramambo's defeated, which Banban saves Flumbo from, by the way, he hides Flumbo in the closet. I feel like it's pretty safe to say that no one else besides Banban knows Flumbo is even alive. Everyone else there was unconscious, so he could have just said, yeah, he died. I think he did this all because Syringin wants Flumbo dead. Out of every character who's interacted with Flumbo, which is admittedly not that many, Syringin seems to be the only one that doesn't like when he is mentioned. And I can tell he doesn't like it because, you know, order! So I think Banban trapped him in the closet to keep him safe from Syringin. I think the Banban Zero room was probably abandoned completely after it was wrecked by Ramamba. They have been shown to abandon complete floors before, so I don't think that's out of the question, which also explains how Flumbo was never found. I also think since Banban was the one who released Ramamba and claimed it was his plan, the other characters would probably blame Banban for Flumbo's quote-unquote death, which explains why Banbalina, and especially Nab, don't like him in the present despite being friends with him in Banban Zero. So yeah, that's why I think he'll be an ally. Obviously from the trailers, it seems he's still working with Syringin, but I think this is gonna end in a double cross of some kind. It also seems like Flumbo is gonna be pretty upset at Banban, to say the least. I think they will have some kind of conflict, but I think it'll be resolved by the end of the game, and we can all be friends and jump up and down together and have fun. Yippee! So yeah, those are all my major predictions for Garten of Banban 8. There were a few things I didn't cover simply because I don't have any real ideas on what they'll be like. Apparently they said on the Discord server that Zolphius will have a bigger role than usual, which I think that means maybe the nanny could show up again because those two are obviously connected in some way, right? I also mentioned in my Slow Celine video that I think they've been hinting at her having a bigger role, but I'm not 100% sure of that as time goes on, so I guess we'll have to wait and see. I'll try my darndest to get a video out pretty soon after the game launches to talk about it, so make sure to hello neighbor, subscribe, hit the bell, and like GIF please, and thank you. Okay, bye bye, see you next time, bye bye, bye.